What are we doing?
Going to London.
Why are we going to London?
To get a book.
Why are we going to get a book?
Because we bought it.
And what's the book about?
Rugby.
Called?
The Year of the Rose.
And who are we going to get it from?
Jonny, Clive, Jono and Oleum.
Wonderful. I couldn't really hear it very well, but we'll have to add some music in over the top. And we're at Penrith Station, which you just saw some Virgin Rail train come through. At about 11:45, heading down to London. So fortunately we have a slightly delayed 11:49 Pendolino train down to London. Okay? 5 and 6A. I need to hop in. They are very compact, aren't they? It's more like an aircraft. Well, we made it from Penrith to the Spirit of Rugby. Pretty much on time. Checked in with the lovely ladies downstairs. There's the Golden Lion. And we're going up to the 3rd floor or the Royal Box. That's the Members Lounge, which isn't what we're doing, I don't think. Members Lounge. Actually, because I haven't got the car, I could get smashed. You didn't hear that? Yeah. The camera's on, that's terrible, wasn't it? And a massive wee. Up to you, want to have a look around?
As long as we can get some good seats.
Or do you want to sit down?
Just get some good seats first.
Okay. Who started?
Queen seat.
Who's sat in the Queen seat?
It's a Queen seat because there's a little balcony there. This is the Royal Box, and I was only just over in my prime war. I've been here a few times. Now I sit right up there. Really. Well, you said. This is also the committee people sit here and whatever. This section here is where the wives, girlfriends and relatives and whatever you sit as well. In the old days there used to be a few problems on that because they don't do it now because they're all well paid, but in the days when we weren't paid and there were a few tickets changed hands with nefarious sources, shall we say. Not that I ever did it, but you would occasionally get members of the public there sat next to people's relatives, and obviously they didn't know that and they made comments. It didn't go down too well really. My first wife, and I've had a few, said that a bloke next to her pestered her all game. Said, you know, are you married? Well, he said yes. I said, well, is your husband here? He said, well, he's not here. I said, well, oh, great, we'd like to come out tonight. I don't think that'd be a good idea. And he carried on all game. He said, in there, he said, look, if you want to meet him in a while. There's the number 2 over there. And he said, there was 20 minutes to go, and he just left. I shall be on my best behaviour today. There are children present, and one of the things I always do before I commentate, the only thing I always say to myself is, don't swear. Whatever you do, don't swear, just a bit out. In my short BBC career, I've had a few warnings. I've had 3 semi-official warnings and an official warning. The first warning I got was in an Edinburgh Reavers game when the number 8 was a former policeman and the referee was a policeman, and the number 8 got tackled about 4 yards short of the line, and he proceeded to crawl and put the ball down, which is a penalty. But the referee, for some unknown reason, gave a try. Eddie Butler turned to me and he said, why do you think you did that? And I said, well, they're probably both Masons. Just a joke. I got another warning for saying that French resistance is an oxymoron. I tried to explain to Mark Johnson what an oxymoron was once, but
Try again tonight.
2 days I just lost the will to live. It's coming in a minute, I'll ask him again. I also got into trouble for, there was a Frenchman in that corner who was rucked out the back with a ruck. He was on the wrong side, and I did it properly. I said, look, these are the rules nowadays, you can't do that. But he was on the wrong side, and frankly, he deserved it. And I would have got away with that, but then I said, and anyway, it's French and I don't care. Just a joke.
We've been to this time setting before, welcome back. For those of you who haven't, what's the view like, eh? Fantastic, eh? Now, in a little while, I'm going to ask Brian to ask the guys a couple of questions. And then we're going to go into a massive logistical operation. We've been absolutely inundated, as you can see. This is just the first of 3 groups.
I'll ask you maybe one, and someone's already asked a question, so we'll sort of regulate. Can you put your hands up, because otherwise people will shout out. I know it should be school boys, school police, but can I ask both of you your first memories of running out on, not this field, but running out at Twickenham?
Was with England, it was still the old stand, I think, in '93. And I'd only been called in the day before. I mean, you were there, so I'd only been called in the day before the game. It was a bizarre way, amateur time. I was up in Leicester with the B team getting ready to play France B on a Friday night. A phone call at lunchtime, Wade Dooley. He said to me, Wade Dooley's injured, you need to go down to London to cover him for the next day. Drove down in the afternoon and got here for 3 o'clock. I was sort of on the way down thinking, well, it's Friday afternoon, he's either injured or he's not, he's either playing or he's not. Suddenly something and actually got yourself ready to come up. And I got met by physio, and he gave me that wink, said well done. So I didn't know for sure I was in the team, so I was a player. And Jeff Cook came down. It was a real blur because I can't actually remember that much about it. Literally had less than 24 hours to repair. And I think after 25 minutes on the field, I got concussed anyway. So. The front of the drop called Laurent Stein, who had a huge head, and he was a big guy, his head was that big, but he weighed 2 stone by itself. I went head to head with that, and it was the most bizarre feeling. When I ran out, I think I can remember just trying to concentrate and not get too emotional, because it was a very experienced England team. All the, Brian was there, Jeff Probert was still there, Mike Teague was in there, Martin Bayfield was in there, Wade was obviously injured, I played, Dowie, Jonathan Webb was still playing, Will, Jerry, all these guys. The team that had basically been to the World Cup in '91, so I was trying to concentrate and not make an idiot of yourself and look totally out of depth in your first test match. And then when I started to come round from concussion, if you've ever been concussed, you don't really realise it until you sort of come round from it. I didn't go out, but I was still playing the game. And as I ran around Twickenham, I started to come out of it and suddenly realised I was actually playing for England. And I sort of had to check myself a few times and think, it's actually true, I'm playing for England. Only obviously hit me the day before. It was really bizarre. It was actually quite a close game at one point. Which I thought I sort of got myself into some sort of state to finish last 20 minutes. It was a really bizarre way for it to happen. To actually come round on the field and think, bloody hell, I'm actually playing. I'm 22 years old, 24 hours notice. It was a weird way to do it. We actually won, but all these guys were disappointed they didn't play that well, and they had high expectations. It was very sort of muted dead in a way. Everyone was really upset with the performance. And I was just sat there recording, just happy that I survived and we won the game.
Clive, did you get concussed?
I was just about to say, I was lucky enough to kind of coach Martin for 7 years, and he did get into trouble with the referees on quite a few occasions around the world, and every time I talked about it afterwards the game, he said, but really I was concussed. I didn't know what I was doing. If you just look, I was concussed. I didn't know what I was doing. So it's good to see you using the same old line. I got concussed a lot, Brian, I have to say. My memories here, I first played here, which may surprise you, for a club game for Harlequins against Cardiff in 1974. And in those days, when this was a stand, this was the old West Stand. If you look at the old pictures, this stadium wasn't built. It was a sort of fantastic ground and place that you wanted to play at. The Harlequins played all their home fixtures here, so we used to play here in front of at least 50 people. There wasn't many in this stand. But it was a fantastic ground there, so I played out here quite a few times for Harlequins, played a couple of times for the England representative side. My first big game for England, I was on the bench and sitting way up in the stand here somewhere, and a guy called Tony Bond broke his leg. I remember I could actually hear the sound of the break from here. And it took me ages, I remember panicking, because in those days there was no substitutions. It's how sort of old I am, unfortunately. You could only get on the pitch if someone was actually carried off. And Bondi was carried off with a broken leg, so I went on with 20 minutes to go, and I wasn't concussed, but I don't remember a great deal. No, you just run around and you kind of tackle anything in a green shirt, and we kind of won the game. But it's a magical place. It's changed a lot in terms of the new development, and I think you'll find, Brian McGree and John, that every player in the world wants to play here. That's why it's tough playing for England, because this is the place players want to play. And even better if they can come here and actually win. It's a magic moment for that team, that individual. So he's just very lucky. We've all been lucky enough to experience it in our own different ways.
Questions?
You'll have to drop that one.
Oh, here we are, queuing up
Thank you. Sorry, Richard.
to receive a copy of the book from Sir Clive and Jono. Here we go.
You should have gone with it.
11:15 p.m. Virgin something or other, not far from Penrith, after a long day down at Twickenham.